Hi there! Just wanted to welcome you to my show.
Hi and welcome to Movie Monday. I'm starting this new year with this new series that I want to bring to the channel, and what I want to make is to recreate food from movies, and I want to make them a little bit healthier when it's possible. Some of them gluten-free, some of them are gonna be made vegan, and we're gonna see, depending on the recipe that we're facing, how to do it a little bit different.
So, no change to the channel, understand? No changing.
I'm actually really excited for today's one. We're starting with a recipe from the Emperor's New Groove. And yeah, I know that there's a lot of videos about this recipe, but we're gonna be making it vegan, and for that we're gonna be making vegan cheeses. So let's get started.
Is something burning?
My spinach pus!
I forgot to say that we're starting with this recipe because you picked it. So what's gonna happen with these videos is that I'm gonna give you some options so you can pick which one you wanna see next, and that's gonna be on my Instagram. And as always, remember that the ingredients and the recipe is gonna be linked in the description of the video. You can go check that out.
Saved them.
That's great. Good job.
Very good job.
Watch it. They're still hot.
But let's start with the cheese. I'm gonna make two different cheeses because I wanna see how they do once we mix it with the spinach and we put it in the oven. So one of them is gonna be pretty fast to do, and I've actually done something similar in other videos in the past, and the other one I'm doing it for the first time, and it's also super easy, but it just takes longer because it needs to rest in the fridge for quite a long time. So first we're gonna make the ricotta cheese. We're gonna turn this on at medium heat, and we're gonna put our milk. So now we need to be really careful because we need it to get hot but not to boil. So we're gonna wait, and once it starts getting warmer, we're gonna add our spices. So in here we have some salt, pepper, garlic powder and paprika. Just a tiny bit of paprika. So this is really hot. I feel like it's about to start bubbling. So I'm gonna turn it off, and we're gonna add 2 tablespoons of vinegar. And we're gonna stir it in carefully. We're gonna cover it and let it rest for half an hour. Here, for what I've read and what I've been checking, you need to use a milk that is rich in protein. Also, be careful and use an unsweetened milk, because I almost made the mistake of using a cashew milk that I have, but luckily I tasted it first because it was sweet and I didn't know. So yeah, make sure you're using an unsweetened one because we're making cheese here. I used this cheap one and I got pretty tiny amount of cheese out of it. I used half a liter, so if you can use the whole liter, you're gonna get more cheese, and then you can use it for other recipes. After this half an hour, we're gonna put it into a kitchen towel, and we need to rinse it, but it needs to rinse kind of on its own. You shouldn't push it, so just like help it a little bit, and then we're gonna put it in the fridge like that for as long as you want. Basically, it can be in the fridge for up to 24 hours in this step. I left it for about 2 hours, but it should be about minimum 3 hours, I would say. Yeah, I got like pretty small quantity, but that's fine. And on the other hand, we're gonna boil some potatoes with some cashews that I have right here. They're boiled now, and we're gonna prepare a creamy cheese sauce. I'm also really excited about doing this recipe because I love the movie. I feel like it's super, well, I mean, it's not fresh now obviously because it was released pretty long ago, but compared to what Disney was making, it felt like really fresh. And me and my sister used to watch the series on Disney Channel.
Okay, theme music.
I loved it. And I also feel like it's super cool the style that they have, that they mix the series with some interaction to the people watching.
So then I found her in the locker room.
Okay, that's enough. If only to stop these doodles before they go any further.
When it just like suddenly stops and Kutko appears and tells you what's going on or what he's thinking and stuff like that. I feel like that's really cool to do.
It's time for Cusco's Doodles. That's the part of the show where yours truly draws what happens next.
In the series, Kronk cooks even more. And I would like to rewatch the series, see if there's something else there that I would like to cook. But obviously we're doing the one from the movie because it's the most famous one. But I mean, in the series he cooks way more, so maybe we could find things there too.
Orders up, 2 sea swimmers on a raft with the sunspot.
So I'm gonna blend this first. we're gonna add lemon juice or vinegar. You can use wherever you have or you want. Then our spices, some nutritional yeast, and a little bit of an unsweetened milk. Gonna add a little bit more salt. It's getting smoother, it's getting there. I think it's as much as my blender can process. If you have a powerful blender, it's gonna get way smoother. You can always use more milk and make it like a cheese sauce for mac and cheese, for example. We're gonna save it because I made a lot. I hope I don't have cheese in my lips because I can't stop eating this. So I'm gonna leave you the ingredients for this cheese and I'm gonna put them enough to make a portion of mac and cheese, because then here we have the one we're gonna be using now, and we can store this and have it with something else, which I think is really cool because then you do it once and that's it.
Ding! Order up, hot pill bug hero.
And here I have my soft cheese. You need to keep it in the fridge so it gets firm basically, and as we're gonna end up putting it in the oven, I don't care that much. We're gonna preheat the oven at 200 degrees and now we're gonna cut an onion. If it's a big onion, just do half. I'm kind of feeling like watching the series again, but it's not on Disney Plus. Why isn't the series there?
For breakfast, I had mango juice with pulp, a cheesy frittata, a low-fat mini muffin.
Also, I just remembered, I used to play, if any of you used to play these games, please let me know. There was this, the Disney Channel website was? Yeah, I guess so. There was the Disney Channel website with all these games, and I think there was one with Cusco that you were like taking portions and changing animals. Fly and then take a portion and be an elephant and then be something like a fish, I guess. And also one from Kim Possible. I like the Kim Possible ones the best. But yeah, we can talk about that when we do a Kim Possible recipe, if we do. But yeah. And there was another one with Cusco where you were like going to Imma's lab. You would like start at the door, and then to get to the lab that they would always be like in these huge like amazing roller coasters, you would have to like pick the trail where they were going and things like that. That's the ones I remember. And I forgot to tell you, but I'm cutting the garlic. And I'll start frying this onion. And we're gonna chop our spinach. Also, I forgot to mention this because I feel like it's kind of obvious. But if you don't want to make it vegan, just use some feta cheese, some cream cheese, mix them. I'm gonna add some salt. And we're gonna add the spinach. Okay, spinach are ready, so I'm gonna separate them in 2 bowls. I'm gonna mix the cheeses. That looks really nice. And here's the other one. So here's our cheese, both mixtures, and now onto the pastry. I wanted to bring you a puff pastry that was vegan and gluten-free, and I did some attempts and I got to something that would work, but that wasn't really as nice as puff pastry. So this one has gluten, but it's vegan, so most puff pastries are already vegan. So just double check on the ingredients, because sometimes it might surprise you. Just make sure, just double check, but yeah, most puff pastries are vegan. And we're gonna close them like this. And our spinach puffs are ready to go to the oven. I'm gonna put it at 180 and I'm gonna leave it for 15 minutes and then I'll check. And they're ready. I feel like all the cheese that is inside looks really good. Nothing has burned or melted too much and become too liquid. They look delicious, they smell even better, and I can't wait to try them.
Isn't that right, Kronk? 99 monkeys jumping on the bed.
So if you have any suggestions, anything you would like to see, if it's from a movie, from a series, live action, animation, everything is welcome. Just leave a comment down below and let me know.
Friends, I thought this was all about me.
Okay, so we're gonna try first the ricotta cheese. But like the creaminess, like you feel like there's some creaminess inside.
It's super nice.
This is the other one. And this has more flavor, I think.
Yeah.
I feel like the ricotta one takes too long for what it is, so it's probably better to eat on its own or things like that. But it's actually super creamy, maybe a little bit more salt, but it's actually super good. And then this one has way more flavor, probably because we put like more spices into the mix, plus the nutritional yeast and all of that. They're both delicious, so if you're in a hurry, you want to make it fast, you don't want to spend the time, just do it with the potato cheese. And it's actually really good and really, really, really creamy. They're super good.
Spell my name again.
And again, the pics are gonna be on my Instagram, so every once in a while I'm gonna let you choose which ones you wanna see next. And really close to this one on the boarding that we made was a recipe from Brave, the Pixar movie. So stay tuned, because in the next episode we're gonna be making the Empire biscuits from Brave. So with that said, I'm gonna go eat this and I'll see you in the next one. Now we're gonna... Oh my god, that's so dirty.
Yeah, it does look a little bit foggy.
Oh my god. What the...